Sweet godfather of super robots, I have subscribers. Thanks to all three of you. It's nice to, I guess, get popular very, very slowly, but hey, persistence pays off. And in that vein, today we'll be looking at the super robot Chogokin Mazinger Z, or Mazinger Z if you speak English like some of us do. Mazinger, well, let's get our history out of the way, shall we? Mazinger is the great-grandpa of all super robots. There were a few before, but pretty much everyone after traces their line right back to him. For it was he that allowed a hot-blooded pilot to scream attacks, it was he who stood up to a monster of the week, and it was he who first fired his fists from his elbows down to punch somebody at a great distance. Mazinger Z is worthy of your respect, and he has been done a lot in the various Soul of Chogokin lines. And it's no surprise, really, that he's the entry number 1 in this new Super Robot Chogokin line. The figure itself is actually not, as the song at the beginning of this video would hint, from the newest series, Mazinger Z-Hen on TV, or however you actually pronounce it. It's a fun show, but this is not he. This is actually a more classic design. I'm not sure if it's from the original TV series or if it's from... There we go. Or if it's from the Mazinger OVA, but it's got, let's see if you can spot it, a bit of a pectoral cleft here in the middle. His forearms and legs are actually blue, they're not black. I think you can just see it there. A nice shiny metallic blue, and not the black of his crotch and chest. Otherwise, oh yeah, and unlike the new version, which you'll see a little bit later, he has points here on his chest plates. Wow, yeah, just Mazinger Z, man. He's great if you've never seen the show. So, you know what? Instead of this, I've got a better idea. Let's have us an attack medley. Let's see what Mazinger can truly do. Yeah, he does them all. As you probably just figured out, he comes with a few extra hands. But so much more than just that. So, we have fists. And snap the little camera if you please, thank you. And open grippy hands. And you get holding things hands for both fists. And what can Mazinger possibly hold? Well, you get a single Mazinger blade, which is so very, very chromy and shiny. Look, you can see my camera in it, and probably me if I keep working up. I'm fugly. Oh yes. It's a nice little sword. It's elegant in its simplicity, I suppose you could say. The problem is, it doesn't stay very well. You kind of gotta put it in there and then basically wedge it to the side, and then it'll hold alright. But, yeah, you don't just pop it in there and it stays. That's a bit of an irritant. But you also get the giant hammer fist of an angry god. Now, this is definitely from one of the older series. It didn't show up in the new one, I can tell you that. But in a nutshell, you pop off Mazinger's right fist, and you see the nice ball right there? Well, you can't see it, but there is a socket at the bottom of this thing. So you line up this little tab with the brace on his forearm, and you just straighten his arm out some, and you push, and you'll feel it pop in. And he has a giant, angry god fist. It really limits the posability on the arm, but if you want to bend it a little bit more, you can have to pop it free of its joint, like that. And you can get like the 90, but you can see it's slipping free. and you know, it doesn't hold anymore. But so yeah, you get the giant angry god fist, and you get the giant angry god crush your face hand. Rawr. And that's all he comes with in this box. There is another box for those of us who feel like spending a little money, and I'll review it separately because it's not fair to shove it all into one review if you're only interested in one thing or the other. And we're just swapping him out for his sword. And, oh yeah, the little pilder. It does come out. There it goes. And, let's see if the camera will even focus on it at all. A little bit of blue paint. It's cute. The little tiny wings do not move. Okay, so don't try. You'll break it. Actually, yeah, they're not going nowhere. But it does come out, so yeah, you can have Mazinger without his pilot, without his brain. And it's got actually 2 pegs on there, so once it's on, you get it in right. It's in there pretty good. And he looks great. So, we have Mazinger, and we have our old buddy Skywarp. And as you can see, Mazinger is not very big. This new line, Super Robot Chogokin, is meant to give you slightly smaller, slightly cheaper figures, but with Soul of Chogokin-esque quality. Good posability, bit of die-cast metal, nifty accessories. But you lose some size. How much size do we lose? I'm so glad you asked me that question. So, as I said, this is a Mazinger from the earlier days. This is the most recent Mazinger. This is the Mazinger that showed up in the cartoon I mentioned, and you can see the minor differences. See, he's black, got blue, more angular cut-off chest piece. The chest extends down, it comes up here. He's got a bit of a peck. This guy is all smooth, but otherwise they're very much easily identified as the same robot. Almost anyone would say, oh yeah, they're both Mazinger Z. And you can really see the size difference. This is a proper Soul of Chogokin release, and not a very big one from what I understand, but it is the only one I have. And he is considerably smaller. I mean, doesn't get better than that, folks. It's like father and son here. Now, this figure will set you back a good $40 or $45. This one sets you back a good $75. So, for the price cut, is it worth it? And the answer, I'm going to have to say, is yes. Even though this guy has so much more die-cast metal, I mean, I wish you could feel the difference. The fact is, he's got so much, and a few of his other gimmicks don't work properly. On this Mazinger, as you can see how easily his arm is being shoved along, it's because there's a magnet in there for the rocket punch gimmick. And yes, I didn't show it off because it looks dumb, but you can indeed twist this guy's forearms off to simulate a rocket punch. But as you can see, this just has a nice thick peg, which means that once his arm is in there, it doesn't rotate that easy. It takes actually a bit of force to get it to go. So that's nice. And the die-cast inherent in some of his legs and joints makes it a little harder to pose him. This little guy is a little bit easier to move around, although he lacks, obviously, a few of the gimmicks. So, for the price, I totally recommend this guy. If you do not like Mazinger, and I can't say I completely blame you, because however classic and heroic he may be, he's still, you know, a super robot from the 1970s. You know, he's dated, he's old, he looks kind of plain. Still, keep an eye out for the Super Robot Chogokin line. There's so many robots and figures coming. We've got stuff that I'm really excited for, and I really just bought Mazinger here to get a taste to see if I want to invest the money in these other figures. And the answer is I do. He's a really great little guy. He's worth picking up if you don't have if you've got an interest in Soul of Chogokins, but not the money to buy them, because that's, like I said, at about $75 to start with, sometimes a little bit less if you get them on sale. This is still one of the cheapest Soul of Chogokins you can get. Alright, they just go up in price from here. This guy is starting off much more reasonable, and while some of his brethren are already costing a good bit more, so far they still don't quite cost as much as he does. We'll see how the quality holds up, but I'm excited for the line. And stay tuned, because I've got more to show you from it. I'll be back real soon. And, piled her on, people.